So God says that the Wendy Williams, the iconic personality, lover or hater that everybody has known for all these decades, is actually dead, and that she died some time ago, and she has been replaced by a thing. Hear what the word of the Lord is. He says, they are killing people in Hollywood, and they will continue doing so because they do not want them to talk. They keep them controlled, and death is one of the means by which they keep them in line. Death is a very powerful incentive not to break rank, not to draw attention to yourself, and to stay obedient. They spread the threats to their families too, so that they will not risk their family members' lives in any attempt to escape the prison that they're in, or risk them being killed, even if the person in question gets out successfully. Wendy Williams is dead. So you can hear what the Lord has said. To those of you who have been with the blog a long time, this will not be new or strange to you. God has been revealing things that nothing is as it seems in the United States. And now something that he clearly says, I've been telling you since I started doing the celebrity prophecies a few years ago, that they do kill these people, that they do threaten them with death, that these people, some of them who have not been able to do anything to change their situation, are to be amongst those who are pitied. You're looking at people, they have gold teeth, they have expensive watches, they have clothes that are the very highest price points, they have magnificent homes, they have access to every single indulgence that the human being could want, and yet they don't have freedom. They're not able to sleep at night. You try to sleep at night, you're being invited to a freak-off or forced to go to a freak-off. You try to sleep at night and you're being summoned to some sodomy ritual. You're being summoned to some secret occult ritual mass where you are the thing that is going to be served up, especially the women, but also the men. You are on the menu. They're going to line all of you up. They're going to sodomize you. You can find all of this in the sodomy ritual part 3 and 4, which is basically the prophecies, Dirt of Hollywood, part 1 and part 2. That they will basically ruin your body as a way of creating different altars inside, especially the young ones, so that they can control them. God has talked about these young people coming to Hollywood and basically being passed around. They come in with a dream in their heart. They come in with real talent. They come in with so much expectation, and then they just get brutalized. They get passed around for a while, and then they call that paying your dues. Paying your dues. You have to pay your dues to the record producers. That happened to B2K. That happened to Corey Haim and the other Corey, who was not able to bear the pressure of Yes, Corey Haim is the one who was not able to bear the pressure of the sexual abuse that he suffered, and he took his life. The other Corey is still alive. I can't remember his last name right now, but those of you who are used to him, the kids who were in the Goonies, I think that was from your time, you know him. He's been talking for years that Hollywood is a pedophile ring, and everybody would mock him because, of course, America is the home of the mockers, the scoffers, people who consider themselves so wise. Why would a celebrity rape children? Because they're rapists. Because they're rapists. Because children are vulnerable. Because children are small. Because children have idiot parents, like Usher's mother, who handed her son, her little one, her 14-year-old boy, over to a grown man and let him spend 2 to 3 summers living in Sean Combs' house. Because parents are wicked, and when you dangle dollars in front of them, they become pimps. That's why. It's not actually hard to listen if you have a Christian heart that is motivated by listening to the cry of the innocent and by believing God when he speaks. A lot of this abuse, to be honest, if Christians had dared to look, not with groupies' eyes, not with shiny, glitterati eyes, worshippers' eyes, but if they dared to actually look and think and question, they would have seen another story developing right in front of them. They do kill them. They use death to hang it over their head, to keep them in line, to keep them from talking. Death is also, as you hear God saying, a punitive measure. Wendy Williams had a lot of enemies. I'd never need to meet her to know that. Anyone with a big mouth has a lot of enemies, so-called big mouth in America. God is always showing me dreams of my own self and the darkness that is in the hearts of the people in this country. And don't think that I'm actually talking about the powers that be. They're only one part. God shows me the darkness that is in the hearts of the very people who sit and come to this channel and stare at my face all the time. My channel numbers don't actually match the views that I get. The numbers, the views, and the comments, they don't match. A lot of silent but wicked, serpent-like beings, barely hanging on with their fingernails to the term human, come here and watch. And there's nothing but malice in their heart. God shows me. He shows me all the time. Death is a powerful incentive to keep people in line, to keep them from talking. But also death is a powerful punishment. It's a punishment that can only be inflicted once upon somebody who, for instance, may embarrass the elites by having a malfunction on stage, by having a breakdown on stage, by perhaps angering the wrong person, by going after the wrong person in an interview, by saying too much, by pushing too hard, by getting one of the top A-listers who told you she only wants these questions, and then when you have her on the couch, you begin to say things out of pocket, and she's looking at you, and she's trying to tell you with her eyes, this isn't what we agreed, but because you've got her on camera and you know the ratings will spike if you can actually hook the information out of her, you keep going, and then she gets off the stage, and maybe she makes a call or two. Miss Williams' life melted down quite spectacularly a few years ago. And then all of a sudden she was whisked away, exactly the way Miss Joan Rivers was whisked away. And then when she came back, she's not quite what she